Shalom, first and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakal Kadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule and teach well in the scriptures, and peace, love, and salutations to all you Akim that's pushing this truth and truth sincerity. And this is a response to the brother GMS Hawaii Ba, PSA, leave the N-dub, the black nigga woman alone. All right, and I know this probably gonna get a lot of views, but I'm gonna say this too. You know, sometimes these videos are needed, man, because you know you got a lot of brothers that's waking up to the truth and they trying to save the sisters. We had a guy, man. There was a guy that came to camp when I first started coming to camp about 4 or 5 years ago. We gotta teach the sisters, brother. We gotta teach the sisters. All right. Now there are some sisters. The scriptures talk about the elect lady in the New Testament. We're not talking about you sisters, man. And I'm gonna say this for you sisters too, man, that's in the truth. Stay away from the black woman. All right, for you sisters that's in the truth, stay away from the black woman. Proverbs 27:15. A continual dropping in a very rainy day and a contentious woman are alike. And I watched this video. It's always some bald. It's always a bald-headed black nigga woman within your vicinity, whether it be at your job. All right, she's driving a bus, she's working construction. If you watch the apostles and elders from last week, the street teaching lesson from 11:20:21, Pastor Hart mentions it's always some black woman trying to do the man's work, trying to work construction, drive a bus, trying to lay out cement. These black women are contentious, man. All right, they're always into contention. When you getting up, you know, you going to work, you always seeing some black woman on the phone at 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Whatever time you go to work in the morning, it's always some black woman on the phone. Oh, you know, just going in. Them demons are evoking as she's getting up in the morning. So it's, you know, the apostles and elders been telling men, hey, get you a so-called Latino woman or the woman of the other tribes. You know, hey, get you Benjamin, man. You know, but that American Judite black nigga woman, man, that is not the way to go. You know, get you a so-called Latino woman or get you a woman of another nations, man. But just keep in mind, she's a concubine, all right? So just like the rain that comes down on a hard rainy day, that's a contentious spirit of the so-called black woman, all right? And where she learned this from? The serpent. Now let's go to Genesis 3:1, the fall of man. Now it says, Genesis 3:1, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God hath made. And he said unto the woman, yea, have God said, you shall not eat of every tree of the garden? This wasn't no snake, this was a man. And eventually, it's the ideology of the so-called white man, all right? Because nowadays, the so-called white man is letting you so-called black women just be free and run amok. All right. Last Friday, you had Kamala Harris, which I don't know if she's a so-called black woman or not, or a heathen, but she looks like one because, hey, these elites, they deal with deception and witchcraft. The power had overturned. Joe Biden had gave her the power for a few hours of time last Friday. All right. You so-called black women, you are heavy into power and being over the man. That's why the black woman is always trying to call the cops on you. You know, she's always trying to usurp authority over you. You know, at my job, we don't have no black woman. That's one of the perks of the job. We don't have no black woman. And you got this simple ass nigga at my job talking about, yeah, bro, I was sitting there on the coffee break. Yeah, bro, we don't have no sisters. That's a good thing, man. We don't need no contentious spirits here. We got a bunch of Asherites, Issacharites, Zebulonites, the Latina woman, she got a few demons on her. Let's just keep it real. But when it comes to the black woman is Satan, man. All right. Genesis 3:1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord Yahweh had made. And like Apostle Gabar mentioned in his lesson when he's talking about expose, we have to know the evil before we know the good. And who's the greater majority of evil? All right, Esau eating the so-called white man and his lapdog, the black woman. And he said unto the woman, yea, have God said, you shall not eat of every tree of the garden. That goes into the philosophies of this world. And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, you shall not eat of it, neither shall you touch it, lest you die. And the serpent said unto the woman, you shall not surely die. And this is the same philosophy that the so-called white man has put on the so-called black woman. You don't need a man. The black woman is the only woman that talks about you don't need a man. You don't hear Katy Perry or what's that other girl named, the little country white girl, Taylor Swift, talking about I hate the white man. But you got K. Michelle, Keisha Cole, Mary J. Blige, Aretha Franklin talking about I don't need the so-called black man. These different philosophies. You even got the so-called black woman that's leaving Christianity to go into witchcraft, and you'll see it. You'll see these churches, man, it's less and less black women there. But nonetheless, this is the philosophies that the so-called white man, all right, that came in the spirit of the serpent is given to our woman. All right. So this is Jeremiah 31 and 22. And sometimes, hey, I had to do a lesson, man. It's been vexing my spirit. All right. Ain't gonna be a bunch of F-bombs and curse words. It's just gonna be straight from the scriptures. Jeremiah 31 and 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. And you see that happening in 2021, going in 2022. You know, here it is, you riding in, a fairly decent car, might be riding a bus or the train. You see the black woman in this Maserati or Ferrari, because that's what the serpent has allowed to give her, man. But she doesn't know that the serpent bites. This so-called white man society is about to go down. And when it does, you black women that's in these high positions of power, you're not going to know what to do. And you've been falling into one of these, you've bitten of the fruit, you fall into one of these philosophies, which is feminism, which, the CIA, the so-called white man gave to you black women through, what's her name, Gloria Steiner. You know, you had that picture of the black woman and the white woman throwing up that power fist sign. Hey, that is horrible. That has failed you miserably, man. Because look at the men that you produce. You come from these single family homes. Either your son is going to be a homosexual or an effeminate, or he's going to be a gangster, or he's going to sell dope. That's not productive to society. Okay? So the scriptures say, a woman shall compass a man. We had to learn wickedness in order to go into the kingdom and learn righteousness, man. All right? So leave the black woman alone. All right? Now, and I'm not saying that every dark-skinned sister out there is a so-called black woman, because, hey, I've got fairly dark skin and I'm from the tribe of Reuben. But that black woman, man, you got these women that want to shave their hair off. All right? That is masculine. All right? That is highly masculine, as you see in this video. You always got some bald-headed black nigga woman trying to usurp authority because she's fell into that feminism trap, and it's about to backfire on her, man. All right? And I ain't going to be too long with this video, man. This is Proverbs, because I don't need to spend that much time on the black nigga woman. It is what it is, man. You know? Hey, like, if you go back and listen to videos from the apostles years ago, hey, get you a nice white woman, man. You know, you jakes out there, you in this pro-black spirit, man. I'm blackity black and I'm black, y'all. If you even want to deal with a woman, man, deal with a woman outside of Judah. All right, the so-called black woman, man. All right, because she is totally gone. Proverbs 9 and 13. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing. And that's the greater majority of these black women, man. They don't know anything. They're into all types of different ideologies. They're just totally with the downfall of you so-called black men. If you can't tell nowadays, you know, because R&B music and these rap songs have been pumped into your head that the black woman is God. Even before these guys like Polite and Suit and Seti, all these pro-black guys came into the mix. All right. You know, you had these R&B songs telling you got to put that woman first. This woman don't know nothing, man. Here it is. It'd be like 39 degrees outside in the morning. You see the black woman outside with no coat, no jacket, because she don't know nothing. She don't have no logic. She don't have no sense. She is simple and knoweth nothing. The scriptures talk about a woman shall guide the house. All right, let's get that. But the black woman, she don't want to guide the house, because if you get with the black woman, she cannot cook, she doesn't clean, she doesn't do any goddamn thing, man. But just run her goddamn mouth all the time. But you supposed to be, oh, she's the queen. And if you don't get the hell up out of here, man. All right. 1 Timothy 5:14. I will therefore that the younger woman marry, bear children, guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary. Who's the adversary? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, through the spiritual demon Satan, to speak reproachfully. And that's what you black women do. You speak reproachfully to your man, because these black women are not with you, man. It says, I will therefore that the younger women marry. A lot of you black women, you have multiple sex partners. You have more than one man. Oh, and then you get that from your grandmother and your mother and your auntie telling you, girl, play the field. You don't need that nigga. That nigga ain't shit. Okay, that's going to backfire on you black women, man. Bear children. Who's the number one killer? Hey, you talking about this coronavirus out here? Who's killing more so-called black men out here? The black woman through abortion, man. If you look at the abortion clock, that's hundreds of millions of so-called black children, Judite children, that are being killed by the black woman, man. She doesn't want to bear any children. She wants to play the field and be into her career that's about to be dissolved. Guide the house. You can't get the black woman to cook. And you hear it all the time. I'm finna go out to eat. You finna take me out to eat. I ain't finna cook nothing. So everything that the scriptures say, the black woman is totally adverse to it. But hey, in these days, man, the Israelite man's finna get his last laugh. Because here in this kingdom, man, we are at the bottom. We get the last laugh. I'm not from the tribe of Judah. I'm the tribe of Reuben. But I get treated like the so-called black man. All right. This is what the scriptures say, Isaiah 13:12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than a golden wedge of Ophir. When all hell break loose and you can't depend on your job and your luxury car, you can't put gas into that car when gas is $10 a gallon. Inflation is about to go up. Even, matter of fact, this brother GMS Hawaii Ba did a lesson on the black woman complaining about inflation. Don't be crying now. Don't be crying and boo-hooing now when the price of goods is going up. And a lot of you black women, you can't keep up. You need a man. All right, you need a man for protection, because a lot of your little ex-boyfriends and a lot of these niggas that you did wrong, they coming after you right now. They letting a lot of guys out from the jail cells and the prisons. So if in the best interest of you black women who don't know that you're Hebrew Israelites, and like I said, I'm not talking about the sisters. You know, the sisters keep doing what you're doing. Keep up the good work. But for you black women out there, all right, we've been telling you black women to get right with the God of the Bible. First and foremost, there's an order in 1 Corinthians 11 chapter. All right, the man is the God according to you, but you black women have failed and you've been bamboozled and hoodwinked by this goddamn devil. You're going to have another thing coming. All right, I hope you can eat that Range Rover. I hope you can eat those designer clothes. I hope you can eat that 4-bedroom house with one bath that you just sitting there empty and lonely and crying at night. All right, the Lord is going to make the Israelite man more precious than gold, the elect Israelite man. So, hey, man, leave the N-dub alone, man. And like I said, I'm not talking to the sisters that woke up to the truth. Those are Israelites. All right, I'm talking about the black woman. Leave her alone. Shalom.